Welcome to Peace and Creativity. This is Mercedes Warrick, and this is an introduction to the soul-inspired tune-up. The techniques received during my meditations from April 2010 through October 2010 is really what comprises the soul-inspired tune-up. This is a spiritual process, and I do use the words God and Spirit. And while spiritual, the soul-inspired tune-up is also universal. So please mentally use the term that you use for your higher source that best fits with your belief system. The soul-inspired tune-up contains a number of meditations, affirmations, and it is a guided journey. And I do not dispense medical advice or information. None of these techniques are intended to replace advice given to you by your medical or business professional. I do have business people that use the soul-inspired tune-up. If you have any mental illness, you should not participate in this process. And if you are pregnant, you should consult your doctor before doing any of the breathing techniques. Everyone, please work to your own physical capability and do not overdo, although in this session we will not be doing a lot of physical, if any physical movement. But think and honor yourself and just work within your capacity. This session will be recorded and posted on my website and used for business purposes. If you do not want to be identified, please do not state your name as you ask your questions or make comments. This recording is the copyrighted material of Mercedes Warrick, 2011, all rights reserved. Thank you for being here. I am honored. What is peace and creativity? Well, during that time in 2010, I discovered the Achievement Sanctuary, and it wasn't the first time I had visited the Achievement Sanctuary, but I typically define it so that people have a physical space that they can relate to as the space right around your heart and down below your second chakra, right below your belly button. And in this space is where we create. It's where we get our intuition. We may have that gut feeling. So I call the space the Achievement Sanctuary, and through meditation, as you go deeper inside self, you will feel this space in a way that is energized and energetic. And it allows you to be safe. It allows you to be creative. It allows you to nurture yourself. And it allows you to tell a little bit of truth to yourself as well. You know, when we have that gut feeling inside of us, it is usually something that is urging us to move forward and do something, or maybe hold back and not be in a particular place or deal with people in particular. So we move forward into this space called the Achievement Sanctuary through the process and the practice called the Soul-Inspired Tune-Up. If you've been watching me on Facebook and you've been to the Soul-Inspired Tune-Up page, you will see that I write, "Today I Celebrate." And Today I Celebrate comes every morning as I am getting prepared and I go into this space, my Achievement Sanctuary, and I have a daily conversation with God. And so the inspired musings that I receive through this daily practice, through this personal space, within my personal space, is where the Today I Celebrate comes from. And so we create from this place of peace. We create from this place of experience. A lot of times it is life experience that's happening right in the moment that is being translated into a spiritual or higher energy so that I may move through my day or move through the experience in integrity with my spiritual self, in integrity with my spiritual belief system, in integrity with a spiritual partnership with my higher self and my higher source. The Soul-Inspired Tune-Up, we create a sacred space, and this is in the book, and then we actively, purposely desire to create something. It could be a better life. It could be a work of art. It could be better friendships or relationships. We are actively desiring something. And then using all of your experiences, we blend this into your creativity. So we have harmony and balance, male and female, yin and yang, and there's a process in the Soul-Inspired Tune-Up called spiritual hygiene, where we take a look at some of the emotions that are maybe part of our darker self, part of our shadow self. And we move through those emotions to create. We move through those emotions to recognize. We move through those emotions to release. We move through those emotions to be bigger and better and more joyous and fulfilled. And through these emotions come our lessons, and these are where our stories come from. These are where the creativity comes from. These are where our teachings and how we become a teacher to the universe. And we connect through this spiritual hygiene process. We release anything that is not serving us well or recognize. We align with a positive force. We energize that force. We energize it. We give it life and belief and trust. And then we elevate it to a higher source, a higher purpose, a higher meaning. As you go through and you want success, success is your sacred right, and we'll talk about success in just a moment. There's a time that you will stand. You will stand in the force of your belief or the force of your conviction that you can achieve this new and can create something new. And sometimes we do not know. We just don't know how to get there. And so in the book, there's a wonderful prayer called When I Do Not Know, I Pray. And that, again, aligns us with that higher source. In aligning with the higher vibration, we do this purposely. And you're manifesting through the vibration of this higher frequency once you have aligned and released. And then finally, we energize. I have a wonderful affirmation that came through meditation called I am divine magnificence, and we energize every energy system in your body through the chakra system, and we are divine magnificence from head to toe, and we can stand, and we feel the courage, and we have the strength, and we feel the purpose, and we feel the creativity of the universal mind, the creative source, and we join and align. And it is just a joyous way of completion of our daily practice of spiritual creativity through peace. So let's define success really quickly, because I am success. Success is my sacred right is the crying, the mantra, as we stand and claim that we can create through peace and that we do have a right to have the things that we desire, want, and deserve. Success is, through a series of readings, I've come to believe that success is a natural state of being. It's a natural force. And it comes to us by stating our desires. And I kind of learned this one the hard way. I was not stating what I wanted, and it wasn't appearing, and I was kind of couldn't understand why. I wanted this one particular thing, and it wasn't appearing in my life. But we have to state it. We have to make a proclamation that this is what I want. This is what success looks like. And at one point in my life, when I was recovering from a very hard time, it was hard to get out of bed, and so success looked like standing up and going through my day, just living and breathing and understanding that the sun rose and appreciating that I could inhale and that I was still alive. And that, at that time, was success. Being open and standing for what we want and what we believe, and then creating with the universal source, the Christ consciousness, the universal mind. And then waiting. Sometimes it appears immediately, and sometimes we have to just wait quietly and being open to receiving. I received a note from one of my students that was really quite wonderful. It said, I just happened to come across an article in today's Las Vegas Review Journal with Webster's definition of success from 1806. And the current revised definition. And with your interest in success, I thought I would quote you the definitions. In 1806, success meant being generous, prosperous, healthy, and kind. While the modern definition includes the attainment of wealth, fame, and rank. I think you are in the 1806 definition, which is naturally my preference as well. God bless Alex. Be successful, be be honest, be where you want to be, attain, and live through this wonderful, peaceful creativity. So today we are going to create our sacred space. This is the soul-inspired tune-up process. We're going to experience some of it. We will create our sacred space through a love poem that is in the book. It's very popular, and it is also out of the Bible, 1 Corinthians. We will experience 2 of the 9 breaths for conscious living. The 9 breaths for conscious living is a system of breathing that allows you to consciously move through your experiences, so that if you're facing something where you feel your body tensing up and you're coming out of the achievement sanctuary, out of your space of peace, that you can reset, redefine, and realign. The other thing is that the 9 breaths for conscious living actually has breaths in the sequence for energizing and elevating and giving you more oomph if you need it. It has a sequence for relaxation, and we will actually be doing the sigh of release today, where you inhale and then you just go through your body and exhale any tension out your fingertips and toes so that you can be in alignment and consciously claim your space to be in the space of peace and relaxation. So there are 5 breaths, and then we align with the 3 centers of energy that we all reside in, which is rooting into Mother Earth through 3 breaths, rooting in and claiming and being in the space called humanity, dealing from heart center to heart center. Isn't that a wonderful place to be? And then connecting to the universal consciousness, to God, to the creative source, to spirit. All those are the 9 breaths for conscious living. We're going to do one of the sequences through the spiritual hygiene process called Loving Me When Success is My Sacred Right, so you can get an idea of the 20-day process. It's actually 21 days, but the 20 words that we use to align and recognize the lessons that we've learned. And a lot of times spiritual hygiene is just like we're brushing our teeth every day. We have to move the plaque that could potentially form on our teeth. Well, the spiritual hygiene process allows us to remove the emotional plaque. And sometimes we do have life experiences that we want to erase or recognize and release. Other times we have just sort of a maintenance program so that we can check in every day, define ourselves, go through the process of release, aligning, energizing, and elevating our systems, our process, our physical well-being, our spiritual well-being, and our emotional well-being. And so we have Loving Me When Success is My Sacred Right. And then we are going to stand through this wonderful affirmation that I actually used to do as I was walking in the park, and you can do it any time through the 21-day process. I love the soul-inspired tune-up because it allows you to drift a little bit. It allows you to say, I need some help. Spirit, please help me. It allows me to say, I do not know. It allows me to say, I am vibrating in the manifest frequency. There's a wonderful affirmation, I am vibrating in the manifest frequency. It allows you to say, I am walking with trust and conviction, so we will do that. And then we are going to close with, I am divine magnificence. So please join me now for the soul-inspired tune-up and this brief introduction. Namaste. We set our sacred space by creating, in a number of different ways, a place where we can come into self. And at the beginning of the soul-inspired tune-up, that may be a sacred room, a sacred time that you set aside for yourself. It may include candles and wonderful meditative music. as you move through the 21 days, you will find that you will be connected with the achievement sanctuary, that space within you, and it is just simply a matter of closing your eyes. You can set the tone, and we go through the positioning of your eyes to achieve harmony and balance. You may want to infuse more action, more energy, and all of this happens through the way that we have positioned our eyes. For this exercise and for this time that we're spending together, let us close our eyes to take you into your personal space, this personal achievement sanctuary, and connect with the divine creativity that is within you. Love transforms, transcends, and transmutes all. And this time of creativity can be a time of creating artistic things, but it can also be a time of creating things that you want to move through in your life. We use 1 Corinthians 13:4-8 to connect with the vibration of heart to heart, love to love, human to human, desire, to allow yourself to be. Love transforms, transmutes, and transcends all. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no records of wrong. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease, and where there are tongues, they will be stilled. And where there is knowledge, it will pass away. Love, love, transforms, transcends, and transmutes all. We begin to connect to the divine consciousness, the creative oneness, through our breath. And today we are going to experience 2 breaths from the 9 breaths of conscious living. The first breath is just remembering breath, and it's simply remembering to breathe. You know, so often through our day we forget to breathe. Things start piling up and our shoulders start coming up around our ears, and it begins to constrict our ability to take a nice, long, deep breath. So usually when I begin working with people, I say, just remember to breathe. And even if you can take a few minutes every hour to stop, or a few seconds even every hour to just stop and just remember to breathe, and that's simply just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And as you're breathing in and out through the nose, this is the rhythm, you're establishing the rhythm of self. If you're ever going through any guided meditation or breathing exercises, and myself, your leader for that moment, is going to a rhythm that is not yours, then own, honor, and love yourself enough to establish your rhythm. Go at your pace. It allows you to reconnect with the truly valuable self within. Just breathing gently in through the nose and out through the nose, remembering to breathe. And with your eyes closed, it begins to connect with this deeper sense of self that we have within us. It is all one. We talk like it is a separate piece of us at times. And through this simple exercise of just remembering to breathe, we remember the interconnectedness of ourself, the me, the self, the me, myself, and I. When I was a little girl, I used to say, I'm me, myself, and I, Mommy. And she'd ask me, who are all those people? And I said, they're all me. Continue to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose and out through the nose. And now we're going to add the sigh of release. And the sigh of release is just simply exhaling through the mouth. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And as you are exhaling, continuing to do the sigh of release, as you're exhaling now, beginning to imagine that you're releasing any tension that you may be feeling in your body out through the fingertips and through the toes. So inhaling and exhaling. Imagining that you're releasing any tension through the fingertips and through the toes. Now beginning to scan your body from the top of your head and then out through the mouth, exhaling. Your face, inhaling, feeling your face, forehead, cheekbones, nose, jaw. Exhaling, releasing any tension that you may be carrying in your face. Let's do that one more time, focusing maybe on the jaw area, clenching our teeth, so. And then releasing, exhaling through the mouth. Now the neck, focusing on the neck and exhaling. Shoulders, inhaling. Exhaling any tension from the neck and the shoulders. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling and exhaling. And go back to the remembering breath if you get a little out of rhythm, and then move back into the sigh of release, focusing on the chest now. Inhaling deeply and exhaling. Focusing on the upper belly, and releasing, exhaling. Let's focus on the belly button. our first center of creativity, where we were attached to our moms. Inhaling, our security, exhaling, comes through that first attachment to life. Now focusing just below the belly button. And exhaling. Focusing on the hips. The hips, the hips. Inhaling. And exhaling. Focusing on the legs, the thighs, the knees, the calves, the shins. Inhaling. And now exhaling. Focusing on the feet. The feet. Inhaling. And exhaling. Ooh. Now scanning your body from head to toe. Any points of tension that may remain, just exhaling them out. Again, imagining that this stagnant energy is just moving through your body, out of your body, through the fingertips and toes, just releasing it. Inhaling and exhaling. And inhaling. And exhaling. And one more time, inhaling. And exhaling. Now today we're going to just take 3 breaths to connect to Mother Earth, rooting ourselves in, forming that connection for creativity and manifestation. A plant with good, strong roots grows and sprouts into a healthy, vibrant, living, green, luscious plant. So we are going to establish our roots, just inhaling and exhaling through your nose, remembering breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And inhaling and exhaling. Now establishing your point in the center of humanity, opening your heart, taking 3 conscious breaths for love, sincerity, peace, and creativity. Inhaling and exhaling. And inhaling and exhaling. And inhaling and exhaling. And now 3 breaths to consciously connect to the creative source, the universal mind, your divine source, your higher spirit. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling exhaling. And inhaling. And exhaling. And allowing yourself to now just be in this sacred space for a moment. Allowing yourself to drift. As thoughts come through, just watching them almost like they're on a TV screen or movie screen, letting them come in and pass through and releasing them. Just stay here in this moment. And slowly opening your eyes, coming back into your physical space, opening your eyes and maybe wiggling your fingers and toes and making sure that you are fully connected with the physical presence, your physical space, feeling relaxed and connected to your inner creativity. This is the peace from which we create. Spiritual hygiene practice that is part of the soul-inspired tune-up. And I turned the page. When I'm working with a group like this, I always like to just open the book and see where we end up. And today I opened up to Loving Me When I Spiritual hygiene practice that is part of the soul-inspired tune-up. And I turned the page. When I'm working with a group like this, I always like to just open the book and see where we end up. And today I opened up to Loving Me When I Am Lonely. And we always have the presence of the divine with us and to connect. But in our physical space, in our physical life, sometimes we do. We feel a little lonely. It's day 4 of the soul-inspired tune-up, Loving Me When I Am Lonely. Lonely, dejected, being without friends or family. Right here, right now, I choose to release from being lonely. And then we take 3 sighs of release, in through the nose, and out through the mouth 3 times. Loving me when I am lonely. Love is my foundation. Lonely is a moment in the past. Then we connect. Love is abundance. Success is my sacred right. And now we energize. I am content. I am content. And then 9 times remembering breath to connect this to the earth, to the sacred humanity, and to our universal source while saying, I am success. Success is my sacred right. So we release, we take that shadow, that thing that is not serving us well, that emotion, and we release it. Right here, right now, I choose to release from being lonely. You love yourself. Even when these things are going on, you still love yourself. So we affirm, loving me. I still love myself while I am lonely. Now we're going to align with release, align, energize, and elevate. So now we are going to align with love. Love is my foundation. Love transforms, transcends, and transmutes everything. We release lonely is a moment in my past. We're living right here, moment to moment, second to second. So lonely, right here, right now, I release, and lonely is a moment in my past. Love is abundance. That is a spiritual principle. Love is abundance. Success is my sacred right, and I am content. So now we're energizing and elevating. And now we're sealing that in through the 9 breaths of conscious living, the remembering breath. I am success, and success is my sacred right. Now it's amazing as we're moving through, and if we have a real desire, it may be more money, it may be more creativity, it may be a better relationship, you can actually ascertain which of the 20 days, when I'm working privately with somebody, we go through and I am a Reiki master, so I energetically and intuitively ascertain which of these days are the predominant shadow that's preventing the illumination of your desire, wish, or change. So it's a really interesting process. I'm going to read just one more to you. Day 3, loving me when I am scared. Scared, to be frightened or alarmed. Right here, right now, I choose to release from being scared. And then you do the 3 sighs of release to release it. Now we're going to release and align. Loving me when I am scared. Love is my foundation. Scared is a moment in the past. Now we're going to energize. Love is abundance. Success is my sacred right. I walk in courage. And now we're going to elevate. I am success. Success is my sacred right. Just sit with that for a moment. Now, day 21 is really one of my favorite verses in the book because you can do it at any point during your soul-inspired tune-up. And it is something I have actually done this purposely, walking in the park and saying this verse and this affirmation. I lovingly move myself forward with trust and conviction to achieve the high purpose that God has called me for. I am one with the infinite source that is God. Love is abundance. Success is my sacred right. Isn't that wonderful? I lovingly move myself forward with trust and conviction because we have to stand in what we are asking for, stand in that creativity, stand every day for what our desired success, what our desired creativity, how we are putting ourselves forth in the world. We stand on our belief, our spirituality, our inspired living. Be inspired. Live inspired. So as I go through, there are 2 things. Sometimes we just do not know. Something is not coming to us. So that is accepted. That is a place of seeking. That is a place of requiring more creativity, really. So how do we do that? Through peace. And there is a prayer in the Soul Inspired Tune-Up called When I Do Not Know, I Pray. It's very simple. And so you can go into that as you are moving through the tune-up process. When you get a little, maybe feeling a little stuck, or maybe that shadow is still being the dominant force and you can't see the light, you can't see the illumination, you can't see the creative idea or the creative solution. So there is a couple of things. When I do not know, I pray. And then I am vibrating in the manifest frequency, which is one of my favorite ones. I sometimes dance around the room in the house when I'm feeling a little stuck. I am vibrating in the manifest frequency, so I can get some more creativity and get some more creative juices. Now, I usually close with a prayer that is called I Am Divine Magnificence, and this moves through your body and aligns, energizes, elevates your frequency, the life vibration, and allows you to concentrate, breathing in and breathing out, and moving through the chakra system, the energy systems in your body, so that you can align with your creative source and your creative self. So I'm going to read it to you today. I am divine magnificence. It is the indwelling of empowerment. I am divine flow. Spirit's prosperity flows in me and through me. I am divine grace. Spirit's creative wisdom flows in me and through me. I am divine force. Spirit's serenity flows in me and through me. I am divine love. Spirit's abundance flows in me and through me. I am divine purpose. Spirit's good works flows in me and through me. I am divine inspiration. Spirit's knowing flows in me and through me. I am divine choice. Spirit's freedom flows in me and through me. I am divine light. Spirit's love flows in me and through me. I am divine magnificence. So that is a taste of the process that opens and connects to that wonderful sanctuary called the Achievement Sanctuary within us. It's our place of peace and creativity. I have lived with this wonderful space that kept me safe during a moment of violence in my life. It was my first entry into the Achievement Sanctuary, and once I got there and I found this wonderful place, I wanted to have a way of practicing so that I could access this place, any place that I am, any physical place that I am, any emotional place or space that I am, and any spiritual space that I am. It has truly been a place where I can get connected to my inner guidance, to the source that is my love and my life, and bringing them all together in that connective space that is the oneness that is you and I. It allows me to respond instead of react, to see the person in front of me as part of me and try to understand what their needs, wants, and desires are as they walk their path and their journey. I have loved, I have been so honored to be given this process, this practice, this divine space to be able to teach it. It is my honor to be here with you. I give thanks to all. I give thanks to the glory of Spirit. I give thanks to you for being here. Namaste. The Soul Inspired Tune-Up can be purchased on Amazon.com, the book, www.amazon.com, and it's the Soul Inspired Tune-Up. You can actually go to www.thesoulinspiredtuneup to see what I have going on from time to time, an event or a teleconference. And also on www.thesoulinspiredtuneup, you can purchase not only the book, but also 9 Breaths for Conscious Living. And Loving Me When Success is My Sacred Right comes in a little booklet that you can put in your pocket or your purse. And if you want to carry those 21 days of meditation with you in a more private and special way. So visit www.thesoulinspiredtuneup. We also do, today I celebrate on the Facebook page, the Soul Inspired Tune-Up on Facebook. And you can contact me personally. I do personal trainings and guidance meditations through the Soul Inspired Tune-Up process. And you can reach me at Mercedes@theachievementsanctuary, Mercedes@theachievementsanctuary.com. And my phone number is area code 702-348-8800. It has been my pleasure. I am me and I am we. It has been my pleasure to guide you through this introduction to the Soul-Inspired Tune-Up called Peace and Creativity. Namaste.